folks. Welcome back to the TOLAN Ticket. It is September. Just kidding. October 1st.
Playoff baseball season. We're talking football.
2014. This is episode 19. Starts and sits. Ticket 1. Going to be starts today, guys. The priest is with me. I am the big fella. And he'll start
live at Ugly Joe's again for further notice.
We love this place. They have, $5 burgers?
$5 burgers,
They're
nice
awesome.
cheap drink specials, and of course 1,000 TVs. So
And waitresses that are female.
that is true.
That's neither here nor there. Priest, let's start with quarterbacks tonight. Who was your number one quarterback? Started this week.
My start this week, I'm not going to say he's the number one quarterback, but he's definitely one of my first quarterback option. I'm going to go with Colin Kaepernick against the Chiefs. I know Tom Brady got absolutely dismantled and shut down by the Chiefs last week, but I feel that had a lot to do with the atmosphere, the Monday night type thing, the Guinness Book of World Records. I think there's a lot going for him. And obviously, Kaepernick has a much better weapons around him opposed to the Chiefs at the wide receiving corps. There's a lack of a running game right now with the 49ers. So I think Colin's a lock for at least 250, 2 touchdowns. He's not going to get you 25, 30 points.
Plus playing only 4 or 5 nights rest for the Chiefs. Maybe their defense loses a step on the road.
Yeah, and they're on the road. They're at San Francisco, the new .co Park or whatever they call it. But, God, that's a nice little... Never mind.
Candlestick heaven there.
And then I'm going to go with Ben Roethlisberger against the Jaguars. He's been in an absolute tear of late.
Big Ben again, back-to-back weeks on their starts.
Yeah, he's been an absolute tear this week, and I think you need to keep the hot hand while it's hot. So, Jaguars obviously completely suck. I don't even know where to go on that. He's going to be a top 7 fantasy quarterback
The
this
Jaguars suck.
Obviously, I'm thinking probably not 20 plus points, but he'll get you a solid high teen. Again, I know there's some bye weeks, but with Raiders and Dolphins, so you're not going to have those quarterbacks starting. So Roethlisberger's going to get you guaranteed, high teen, 19, 20, 21 points this week. So.
Yeah, I think if you have somebody like Tom Brady or a guy who's kind of struggling right now,
Kirk Cousins,
maybe put some money in Cousins. Then Roethlisberger's a guy to kind of sneak in there for the spot and see what happens. Roll the dice.
Yeah, he has the potential. I think I'm high on Wheaton this week. Finally, he's due, but I think he's got the potential of maybe getting 30 points, but he's guaranteed 20 against the Jaguars.
Over half the quarterbacks in the league can have big games against Jacksonville, and he's one of the better ones. All right, those sound good. I've got Matthew Stafford as my elite play this week. He had a great week last week. He ran for a touchdown. God, he's lost like 30 pounds. He used to have fat red cheeks like Santa Claus.
But he's got ailments at the wide receiving position right now.
He does. Calvin's hurting, but he still had a big game against a tough team with Calvin hurt. Yeah. Well, Jets' defense isn't tough, but on the road at the Meadowlands is kind of a tough game.
And I think Golden Tate's value this week is obviously going to go up just based on the similar situation. So.
Exactly. And playing the Bills this week, I like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think Calvin has kind of a bounce-back week. Not a huge week, but he can't do worse than 2 for 12.
Yeah, productive.
So, yeah, you'll get more points for in your PPR leagues especially. Excuse me, I'm belching everywhere. Eli Manning's my solid play of the week. I like Eli Manning with Ben McAdoo right now. He's improving week to week. Justin hates him, but I think he's going to finish the year as a top 10 quarterback. And it's weird to say that after these last
3 years of 30 plus
at least 2 years, 2 years of inaccuracy and disappointment.
Yeah, true.
But I think the one thing here this week too, not only is Manning hot and the Giants offense gelling, but the Atlanta Falcons defense they've only stopped one team this year, and it was the Bucs.
They lost to the Vikings, I'm pretty sure.
Vikings put up 41 against them.
Yeah.
So the Falcons defense, I think, is the worst in the league. I think they're even worse than Jacksonville.
And Tampa?
And Tampa. You'll see
the Raiders?
And the Raiders. And the Patriots. So I like Eli Manning this week. I think he's a big play in daily fantasy. He's probably a good value because...
Daily fantasy play, low value.
Yeah, a lot of guys aren't high on him. And he's got a matchup that's prime for 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns. The Falcons, they're going to suck it again. I'm sorry, KJ Bradley, our Falcons insider. All right, my sleeper play for the week, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm not going to personally use him, but
Really, his IQ is like 150.
He's a genius. He went to Stanford.
Harvard.
Oh my Christ. I was just having fun there, but
It's
no.
an Ivy League school. I'll give you credit for that.
They're playing. It's not Ivy League.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Should be.
But yeah, the Cowboys, they have the 7th worst passing defense in the league, and they lost Maurice Claiborne for the year. So,
but I feel like the Dallas Cowboys defense has actually been doing pretty good. Good. Yep.
good for now. You might need more beer, actually.
No, it's in here.
More beer?
It's in here.
He's double cupping.
Can double down it.
Double cupping the bosoms. No, we can't say that out loud. All right. But yeah, the Cowboys, 7th worst pass defense, and Claiborne's out now. So they could be actually the worst pass defense. I think Fitzpatrick finds Andre Johnson this week. I think he finds Hopkins this week. I think he's going to get a couple touchdowns.
Hopkins again, huh?
And he might find Garrett Graham. Those are my quarterbacks. What about you, Priest?
Let's segue this over back to the Falcons and the Giants game here. Obviously a no-brainer here with Rashad Jennings.
Not Steven Jackson.
I can't emphasize the issue of how bad the Falcons defense is, like you talked about earlier. They've given up 31 points per game to opposing fantasy running backs, which is by far the most.
Christian.
And quite honestly, it's the most by 4 or 5 points.
Give me some credit.
So Rashad Jennings, a huge value play in the DraftKings and FanDuel leagues, which we will talk about in later weeks coming up. Again, anytime that he's a must start. So we'll move on to Le'Veon Bell. He's my stud of the week. He's been absolutely killing it this week. I know DeMarco Murray's kind of the premier back right now, but Le'Veon is not short behind there.
He's got a primetime matchup.
Going against the Jaguars defense this week.
Boom. Terrible run defense.
3rd against fantasy. We're running backs right now. Excuse my belching. He's averaging he averaged 10 points last week, which is his lowest output of the year, which to my honest opinion is still productive.
It didn't average, but he had 10.
He had 10 points, yeah. So I mean, I'm expecting 18 to 22 from Le'Veon Bell this week.
Bounce back week.
Huge bounce back week. So
possible multi-touchdown game.
Sure.
Could be.
Or it could be 150 yards and a touchdown, or it could be 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, regardless,
You're not going to complain.
18 to 22 points from a stud.
Boom. Running backs is all for you?
I'm out of running backs.
All right. I like to stack Le'Veon Bell with Marshawn Lynch tonight. I think Lynch, the Redskins actually have a good run defense. They're 8th in the league. But I had a dream that Lynch crossed the end zone multiple times. And my dreams come true.
The Nostradamus has spoken.
I have visions sometimes, and my visions, I don't even like Marshawn Lynch, so this one doesn't make any sense. I don't like him typically. But he can catch the ball sometimes, and he's going to find the end zone at least once, because my dreams never fail me.
True.
Matt Asiata, the Vikings back.
My thing on him
Let's talk about
him last week. He had, 9 carries, 50 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's clearly the goal line back of some sort, but
McKinnon, his ankle is making him questionable.
Yeah.
So he may not play. That would make Asiata a total stud this week.
Against Green Bay?
31 ranked. The worst run defense in football, giving up 176 yards per game.
How good is the defense against the air? Because that Packers offense will put up points, and they're going to end up abandoning the run, which would put Asiata against the.
That's why I made it a strong play. You're right, though, because they could. Yeah, if they get down early, I don't think they will, though. Like the Vikings are not the Vikings from last year. Like these Vikings are not going to get blown away. No, they don't suck. I think they're still all right.
Yeah,
they just kicked the Falcons' ass last week.
They did. The Falcons are in another realm right now.
I know the Packers look great, but they went against the Bears defense that was missing both their starting corners.
True.
So they didn't have anyone to cover their receivers. So Minnesota actually could be my surprise. Well, no, I take it back, because Bridgewater's probably not going to play. If Bridgewater plays.
Oh, so who's going to play this? Because obviously they've given up on.
No, it's that white guy again. What's his name?
I don't know.
Crap, I forgot his name. He started for like 3 years there. God, I always forget his name.
Christian Ponder?
Ponder.
Christian Ponder.
There you go, Christian Ponder. Yeah, he's the backup. If
Castle Ponder and Bridgewater
can't go, yeah. Ponder's so weird. Like he even went to the playoffs once.
His wife is hot,
but I never remember his name.
Let's talk about his wife for a little bit.
She's got a smooth rack.
what's her name? The college football chick.
It's Hasselback, right?
No, it's the college.
Aaron Andrews.
No, it's the college football chick.
Well,
I forget her name. Sage something Steele.
Sage Steele?
Not Sage Steele.
I think he dated Aaron Andrews, but they broke up.
God.
Look it up while I do my other running back. My last running back's Kyrie Robinson. With Mark Ingram out in New Orleans, Kyrie's a beast play because the Bucks can't stop the run. Haven't done it all season, won't do it this week. I like Kyrie to even find the end zone this week. He's going to be a big touchdown guy this week. And he's a great sleeper play, really cheap option in daily leagues. As Justin searches for that college girl.
Her name is Samantha Ponder. Her prior name
What was her name before that? Oh, no, we need those.
Samantha Steele. Samantha Steele.
No, it's okay. We're snacking on these.
I told you it was
I put
Steele.
my things in there. That's why it looks weird.
I told you Steele. Her name is
Samantha Steele.
Samantha Steele.
Is she...
ESPN Insider.
Show me a picture.
You've seen her. Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What does she eat for breakfast? Brussels sprouts?
She eats. She's
Cream
28.
corn?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, she's a smoking hot blonde bride.
So Christian Ponder doing well off the field, but on the field,
he's the third string running quarterback in Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
All right, so we ready for my wide receivers now?
Yeah, I did Kyrie Robinson. He's my sleeper play of the week, so I like him.
Okay.
But receivers, you started off while I eat some fries.
Well, I'm going to go with the
Take 'em away
Saints.
soon.
I know the Saints have looked completely awful. I think Cooks and Holston are finally due. Obviously going against the Tampa defense, but Brady.
Both of them do?
I mean, they're both due for more than 10 points. I mean, I'm not saying both of them are going to get 20, but I think they're both due. The issue with Breeze, he spreads the ball out, and that's one thing you got to be cognizant of. Anytime you have one of these high-powered offenses, those good quarterbacks, you know, the Rodgerses, the Andrew Lucks of the world. I mean, they're going to pass and spread the ball out. That's why they are so good, but the receivers have not the great potential like the Calvin Johnsons is and Antonio Browns of the world.
Johnson's is his.
And then I'm going to go with Eddie Royal for the Jets. The dude, I don't know.
Has it start even?
I mean,
Oh my God.
he gets a touchdown every week.
Yeah.
He gets a touchdown every week. I mean, and that's the thing right now. I kind of said about how Rivers spreads the ball out a little bit. Those elite quarterbacks do their thing, but he's had a touchdown, 2 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks. I mean, I think he's going to do it again, and the Jets defense isn't quite as good.
Well, this happened last year, though, with Eddie Royal.
The first 2 weeks.
He had like 4 touchdowns, in September.
Yeah.
October came around. He never found the end zone again.
True.
But we'll see. You like him? I mean, take a flyer.
This is the flyer.
Phillip Rivers likes him as well.
His value right now in the DraftKings and FanDuel leagues is probably, I think it was like a little higher than 4.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not a good value, but, I mean, they're high on him, so.
It's not bad value, though. He's going to get probably, 4 or 5 catches, hopefully. He seems to find the end zone on deep bombs. Priest.
Which gives you points. That's all I got for wide receivers.
So if you're going all out or going home, go all out with Eddie Royal. All right. I'm going to go Antonio Brown, my elite play. Obviously, you're going to start him no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But this matchup against the Jags, looks too good to be true. They seem to not be able to stop any number 1 receiver. So look for Antonio Brown to continue his success and shred the Jaguars. I like DeAndre Hopkins this week, too. He's become a top 10 fantasy receiver.
He has.
He's a legitimate option. He's the number 1 option for Ryan Fitzpatrick. With Andre Johnson's ankle kind of hurt, tweaked still, look for DeAndre to find the end zone big. Claiborne's gone, so they have Orlando Scandrick going to be covering him. Scandrick sucks.
I feel like Scandrick has been a Cowboy for literally millenniums. Let's talk about him.
He's been there for 35 years.
Yeah.
But Hopkins is just a physical specimen. He's going to run right by him and then pee in the hotel room and vomit in it, too.
Yeah.
Andrew Hawkins is my sleeper play. He's had 8 catches for 70, 8 catches for 70, 7 for 85.
So he's good for 8 points.
Yeah, in DraftKings, he's 15 a game, PPR.
Yeah.
And he's a great value.
What's the value on him right now?
Low as hell. It's like 3.6. It's like 3.6 this week, 3,600. But I think he's due for a touchdown this week. I like Andrew Hawkins to finally find the end zone. A lot of guys are saying this is Jordan Cameron's week rather. I think it's Andrew Hawkins' week. And against the Titans, they're susceptible to the bomb. And if anyone's going to catch a bomb, it's not Miles Austin, it's Andrew Hawkins. Your turn, Victor.
All right. My starts for the week, Jimmy Graham. Not even going to go there.
Tight end.
Tight end Jimmy Graham. I'm going to go on a limb here and say Heath Miller against the Jaguars. Again, old reliable Heath. He caught 10 balls last week against the Bucks, 14 points, including a touchdown. Marcus Wheaton, I think, is kind of been a huge disappointment this year, but I think he's due. So
yeah, we need to find the end zone. For the love of God,
he's got great value this week too, and that's the thing. It's like I don't know.
Do you realize we have the entire Steelers starting offense in our starts?
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with who they're facing. I mean,
all of it does.
Period. So I don't know.
I like that. I mean, Graham, obviously, I love him in every league. Got to start him. Jimmy
Graham is a must start.
Heath Miller, I mean, against the Jags, I can take it, but biopic replacement maybe. Yeah. All right. My tight end. I've only got 2 this week. Oh, I do have Jordan Cameron.
I'm
sorry, Andrew Hawkins. I think Jordan Cameron also has a bounce back game. He's going to show you why you picked him high initially this year in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Cameron breaks out a little bit against the Titans, and then Jason Witten, who I hate. And we said he would suck. We called that week 1.
Yeah.
Before that.
Well, the thing I learned about fantasy football is you can't hate players because they still produce. I hate a lot of players.
But Witten doesn't produce.
True.
This year he sucks so bad, like we said. But I think he'll find a lucky touchdown.
Trent Richardson last week. I hate Trent Richardson. You hate Trent Richardson. He put up 15 points.
He's producing.
I mean, and that's what's frustrating.
But I own T. Rich in one league, so you hate him more than me.
Yeah, we've gone nuts.
Oh yeah, we don't like him. His face looks dumb.
It's not about the face.
It's mainly about his face. All right.
If you say so.
Oh yeah, Jason Witten. No, I don't like Witten. No, historically, I don't like him at all this year, except for this game. I think he's going to find the end zone and piss off Des Bryant and Terrence Williams owners, which is myself. So, all right, defense. You a defenses priest?
I don't do defenses because I do have the pickup of the week. I pick up the Eagles defense.
Who are they playing against? Tell them why.
The Redskins.
You think Cousins is going to throw a bunch of picks?
I think Cousins is not going to throw a lot of picks. I think the issue is Alfred Morris's ability, or inability for that matter, to stay healthy. They got Roy Halou and the dude, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Running back?
The other running back of theirs. They've had like 3. They're running back by committee.
I know his name. It's failing us.
But anyway, that guy. We're not gonna. And obviously,
you think they're going to shut down the run? Is what you're saying?
I think they're going to shut down the run, but you're going to force Cousins to throw the ball. And the issue is he's still a young, inexperienced quarterback.
I don't like Alfred Morris's first name. Alfred. Is he the butler for Batman?
He could be.
All right, let's be serious again.
The
Eagles.
But you know how my opinion of defenses and kickers.
Stream them.
You stream them. You play the matchups. You do whatever. And the matchups this week say Eagles.
Eagles Defense Football Academy. I say Lions Defense Football Academy. I think the Jets right now are in disarray. I expect Geno Smith to suck again. Not really his fault. I think the receivers suck there.
Yeah.
But I think Vic will come in, and I think he'll suck even more. And the Lions defense becomes a stud play.
Yep.
So Lions defense, take them high. My kicker last week, I want to apologize really quick. I said Janikowski. My first week, I sucked at kicker. I forgot they were playing in England. I guess the wind was bad there, and the Raiders absolutely just sucked.
And the 24-hour flight flag.
Yeah, I had the worst call there ever. So Janikowski was a horrible call, and I apologize, guys.
That is why you stream them.
I'm going to make up for it this week with Dan Bailey in Dallas.
Ooh, bracket.
Against the Texans, he gets 12-plus fantasy points. Put your money on it.
He's going to have a Rob Baronis type day.
I'll bet you all $1, because there could be hundreds of you.
$19. No, 19
points?
19 points. Well, that's what Rob Baronis did when he had like 5-6 field goals that 1 week.
That would be
4 years ago.
Terrific week. Woo! I can't guarantee that, but I think he said it is 10 to 12. Texans are going down hard at the foot of Dan Bailey. Week 5 sits, quarterbacks, Priest. What do you got?
Well, my sit of the week...
Let's take a break really quick, actually. Screw it. We're taking a break here. Enjoy this advertisement. Thank you, YouTube, for playing it. This is the TOLAN Ticket, episode 19. Starts concluded. We'll be right back.